Hey, what's going on, guys? It's No Shoes, and we're back with another one, and today we're going to be reacting to Shrunk from Aesop Rock. This was suggested by James Oblivion, so thank you, James, for the suggestion. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Y'all really came out on the last video with the suggestion, so keep them coming, guys. I really do appreciate them. But this song is the second in the series that was started with Get Out of My Car. We checked that out last week. The Aesop Rock playlist will be up at the end of this video if you want to check that out. But without any further ado, let's get right into this. Let's see what Aesop has to say. Let's see what Shrunk is all about. Let's get it.
Name is a random set of numbers.
Okay, interesting. So we starting off in the arcade. Aesop walks in. He sees his rival or something like that. Looks like they put the cash down, whether it's to get quarters or they betting on the games. I'm not sure just yet. But let's see what happens, man. This looks like it's about to be interesting.
My first name is a random set of numbers and letters and other alphanumerics that changes hourly forever. My last name.
Okay, so first off, we're getting a reference to like the high score leaderboard on these games. Just a random string of numbers and letters put together. Every time you beat that high score, you're gonna be changing it up, adding a new one. That's interesting.
Numerics that changes hourly forever. My last name, 1,000 vowels fading down a sinkhole.
Wait, hold up. I want to read what she's saying. If you want to join the therapy adventure, first you'll need to defeat my paperwork. Interesting. So the last song, Get Out of My Car, if y'all are unaware, which I was unaware until after I listened to the track, is that Get Out of the Car is about Aesop's friend who passed away. And there's one more song. There's a trilogy of songs basically about how he was doing after and everything that was going on for him. So it looks like this is actually just talking about his journey going to the therapist and looking to get some help, which is really cool to see him portraying it in this way.
Letters and other alphanumerics that changes hourly forever. My last name, 1,000 vowels fading down a sinkhole to a susurrus. It couldn't just be John Doe or Bingo. My address, a made-up language written out of living glyphs, lifted from demonic literature and religious texts. Telephone uncovered.
Interesting. Hold up. Talking about made-up words. Hold up.
Address.
Let me bring it back a little further.
Sinkhole to a susurrus. It couldn't just be John Doe or Bingo. My address, a made-up language written out of living glyphs, lifted from demonic literature and religious texts. Telephone uncovered by purveyors of the Ouija, then checked against the CBGB women's room graffiti. My socialist Sudoku, my age is obscure. My in case of emergency is in the days.
Yo, hold up. We got him traveling through this maze. Medical consent form. Aesop Rock consent to being shrunk. Oh, so he's talking about going to the shrink. Oh my god. That took me way too long to get, man. I can't lie. But okay, this is cool. So this is him navigating through the form and giving his consent to go to the therapist and their treatment and all that stuff.
Checked against the CBGB women's room graffiti. My socialist Sudoku, my age is obscure. My in case of emergency is in the daisy.
Oh, and that's his initials right there after he hits the... Ah, I know it says initial, but that took me a second. This is... Okay, this is deep already, and the video's packed. And we 48 seconds in.
My in case of emergency is in the daisies chasing birds. Employed by trillionaires with perfect teeth and pores, and people who open doors for the people who open doors. My medical history is a course soon.
It is cool that as he says people who open doors, he hops through this door into the loading dock. He's getting on this like space car, whatever this thing is. Oh, hold up. Tell partial truths, charging my insurance, taking whatever pills are prescribed. That's fascinating. So he's talking about, first of all, telling partial truths, not telling the whole story, keeping some of it for himself, he just wants them to give him the medicine to make him feel good. He'll take whatever it is. He doesn't care. And then charging my insurance, I mean, that one's pretty obvious.
Open doors. My medical history is a course at SUNY Buffalo. Charlatan psychiatry and troubleshooting undertow. Nervous in the service still. I'm burger meeting purple pills here. Thank you, but call your name. Sure you will.
Ooh, I really like that rhyme scheme. Nervous in the service still. Burger eating purple pills. Something like that.
In the service still. I'm burger meeting purple pills here. Thank you, but call your name. Sure you will. Skipped lunch.
Okay, so we filled out the paperwork, hands it back to the receptionist, says, thanks, we'll call your name when you're up. Da 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 da. Interesting.
You will. Skipped lunch. I'm shrunk. Back up all your manias. You're sitting in a waiting room. You're dreaming of Arcadia. You're feeling like a baby tooth. The waiting panacea. Channeling your inner Beowulf in purgatory just before you pay up to fillet yourself and others. In the
okay, so we got a couple more game references in here. We got Tetris visually, but we also got a reference to the game Beowulf. I believe that was an old school arcade game. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. I know Beowulf was also like a hero of myth in like England or something like that as well.
The waiting panacea, channeling your inner Beowulf in purgatory just before you pay up to fillet yourself and others. In the name of help, colon a conveyor belt. In an ego death alone, no telephone from Gabriel. I'm half a human.
Okay. Hold up. So we talking about ego death, and we have now seeing patient 007. Also getting like a James Bond reference out of that. Also, what is that series of games? They're like the GoldenEye 007 or something like that.
Colon a conveyor belt. In an ego death alone, no telephone from Gabriel. I'm half a human, combing over home and garden stoned. Gold chains over turtlenecks, cigars over cologne. 1,000 shitty
Gold chains over turtlenecks and cigars over cologne. That's an interesting one, saying here's what I got covering my neck instead of this. Here's what I got making me smell instead of this. That's interesting. And then we got the frog, I'm assuming from Frogger because he's missing his legs. We got the Hang In There Kitten, which is just one of them classic posters, and one of the ghosts from Pac-Man.
a cologne. 1,000 shitty paintings wrap around a wounded animal. Womb with the Schubert, he's a future human cannonball. Little fuckers fighting, mother hiding in her Hulu. I'm climbing up.
Oh my god, we're getting the Street Fighter reference now. Dude, this is deep, man. The videos Aesop puts together, beautiful, man. They add so much more meaning to the track.
Fighting, mother hiding in her Hulu. I'm climbing up the stucco. Let's get to the seppuku. That pretty penny turned the brick.
Said get to the seppuku, and then we're also bringing it all the way back to when he was talking about Sudoku in the maze, and we got a Sudoku puzzle up here. Seppuku being like, I believe, like Japanese ritual suicide with the samurai sword, something like that.
Seppuku, that pretty penny turned the prickly into Benji. If you save up all your winnings, then you get to count your blood.
Also, and we're getting a reference to Snake inside of the Sudoku puzzle, which is cool too. I like that a lot.
Into Benji, if you save up all your winnings, then you get to count your blessings. I finally crunched the budget.
And Mario with the piranha plant right here.
Get to count your blessings. I finally crunched the budget up and punched the button. She called my name out and pushed me into an oven. The fuck?
Wow.
Shrunk.
And then it keeps having the insert coin for, you know, continuing the therapy, continuing to play the game. You got to keep putting money into the system to keep it rolling. That's interesting, man. Yo, that's sick. Aesop rocks. Strength, agility. The life is low. The flow and the neurosis are high. Bruh, this is crazy. They went all out. I like this a lot. Dr. Izzo. Okay, so the doctor's the bear. Low agility, low neurosis. Feels very superior. High strength and higher life than Aesop, but not super high. I'm interested to see how this matchup goes down.
She says, I'm not your enemy. I said, that sounds like something that my enemy would say. Instead of playing off the chemistry, she said, you're being difficult.
That is facts, man. When someone says they're not your enemy, it does sound like something your enemy would say. I can't remember where I heard this or how I came across it, but there was one time where it's like, let other people talk for you, or just, you know, you shouldn't have to tell someone something they should already know. You know, if you gotta tell people you're the greatest, you probably ain't the greatest if you the only one repeating it. You feel me?
Being difficult, I said, I'm being guarded. You're $250,000 debt. I get more guidance from my barber. Look, I'm not good at
Damn, facts. Yo, barbershop be where it's at, bruh. As y'all can see, I got my haircut yesterday, and that's the real therapy right there. Sitting with somebody cutting your hair. I do. That's funny as hell. Yeah, nah, that's facts right there. You gotta have a barber you can talk to, man. 100%.
More guidance from my barber. Look, I'm not good at this. I grew up in a noogie fest. You built your walls of pie or said goodbye to all your cookie puss. Here's one. Every time my telephone buzzes, I see images of hooded riders setting fire to hundreds. She said, when you start getting all expressive and symbolic, it's impossible to actualize an honest diagnostic. I said, when you start getting all exact and algebraic, I'm reminded it's a racket, not a rehabilitation. Okay, agreed.
Interesting. So interesting, man. Where she's coming at him like, yo, you're using all this figurative language, being symbolic, like explaining how you feel in that way, but I need you to tell me these like objective, medical, whatever word you want to use to describe it. She needs him to use those type of words so that way she can understand, like, okay, this is what we need to do. I'm not here to actually analyze you and talk and figure out what's going on. I'm here to treat you and medicate you and make you a customer, make you a consumer of whatever product it is that I think would fit your needs, or maybe just whatever product she can give out and makes her money, you know? This is interesting. Also, the bear goes like Super Saiyan here for a split second.
Expressive and symbolic, it's impossible to actualize an honest diagnostic. I said, when you start getting all exact and algebraic, I'm reminded it's a racket, not a rehabilitation. Okay, agree to disagree as grown-ups from opposing clans, honoring the push and pull. I should have called the Scholamance. Oh well. Preservation is a doozy. Will you be needing another appointment? Absolutely. I'm shrunk.
Damn. That was bars, man. That was a crazy track. And then ending with, will you be needing another appointment? Absolutely. I'm shrunk. That's crazy, bro. That's going to take me a minute and a couple more listens to really understand what was going on there. But that was a great track. I loved that. The video, the music, the beat, all of it put together. That was beautiful. Thank you again to James Oblivion for suggesting this track. Keep them coming in the comments down below. Much love to everybody in the No Shoes gang. Don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit that bell. It really does help out the channel. And I will see you all next time.